Hey everybody, a little bit of a different video today. We're going to talk about cross-listing and how we do it. Alright, so for those of you that are new to the channel, maybe you haven't watched a lot, we do cross-list. We sell on 4 platforms: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Shopify. Shopify is thedailycabbage.com. So if you go to thedailycabbage.com, you get redirected to our Shopify store, which is only Cabbage Patches. It's Sarah's store. It's linked to her Instagram. That's how she sells on Instagram. It goes, basically Shopify hosts the store. Instagram does a few other things, and everything's fulfilled through Shopify. eBay and Mercari, everybody, if you've been reselling for any length of time, you've heard those two names. They're just other marketplaces similar to eBay. And then, of course, eBay is our biggest one. Today we're gonna talk about cross-listing and how we do it, and more importantly, the program we use to cross-list. Now, disclaimer, and I know this because I've heard the arguments and I've heard people talk about one thing and another. I'm not bad-mouthing any other platforms that you are used for cross-listing. They're all fine. And if they work for you, then do it. This is just what works for us. And we use it for 2 very specific reasons. The first reason is that we don't really want a lot of excess windows and things popping up, and Vendoo takes care of that problem. The other reason we use Vendoo is for their mobile app, and that's what we're going to primarily focus on today, is their mobile app. And more importantly, the differences between the website version and the mobile app. Why is the mobile app so important to us? Well, the main reason it is so important to us is because then we can take things off when we're on the road. We are frequently on the road, whether it's going and picking up inventory, or whether it's traveling, or whether it's a vacation. We're on the road a lot and away from home frequently enough that we may need to take something down not have access to a laptop. Up until that mobile app came out, we would take laptops with us. When we went to Las Vegas, we took our laptop with us because we had to, because there was no other way to delist at that time. The mobile app was still in its infancy and was kind of buggy. And full disclaimer about the mobile app, it is still buggy. It's still a beta version of an app. And they call it beta because it has its flaws. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it is with 100% the most perfect app on the planet. It is, however, the only one, as far as I know. There is no other cross-listing platform that has employed a mobile app yet. Will it happen in the future? I'm sure it will. But as of right now, they were the only one that does it, and that is important to us. So what are we going to compare today? Well, first of all, if you want to know the ins and outs and how Vendoo works, there is another video, and I made it about a year ago. And I'll link it in the description of this video here so that you can go back if you're new to Vendoo, or if you're trying to find the basics of Vendoo. That's pretty much the video you want to be watching. This one is going to focus on more on, kind of the advanced settings, or maybe not even advanced. We're just going to compare what their website browser-based cross-listing app looks like versus their mobile app. And that's what we're going to go through today. So having said that, here we go. All right. So this is the inventory tab, as you can see over here, inventory tab of Vendoo. They're giving a little warning because Shopify's URLs have changed, and so in order to connect Shopify, you have to use a different URL. Anyways, this is everything that has been cross-listed in our store, and as you can see, there's these little icons next to each one denoting where they've been cross-listed. For instance, this Cabbage Patch is on eBay and on Shopify, and then this Cabbage Patch is on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and Shopify. This little cat or whatever on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. Again, the only thing that's going to be on our Shopify store is Cabbage Patches. So when you see this big S, it's only Cabbage Patches. For instance, this pillowcase is eBay and Poshmark. We don't list these on Mercari because they just don't seem to do very well on Mercari. But that is what this looks like. This is everything that we've cross-listed. And then you come down here, and then these are a few things that have sold and where they have sold. So you see sold, and then the Poshmark logo next to it, sold, and then the eBay logo next to it. When you open these things up, this is going to be your standard Vendoo form that has kind of a catch-all where you can add all your stuff. You can add a cost of goods here. This is not something we use frequently, unfortunately, and we probably should, just to kind of track that, but again, we don't. And then there's these specialized forms over here. This is at the eBay version of the form. As you can see, this is pretty much all of eBay's particulars and everything. This is normally already filled out for us because the primarily where we pull from is eBay. We list everything on eBay first and then import it into Vendoo. So eBay, Poshmark, MIckie, and so forth. Again, you want to see that more in depth, go check out that other video. But the one major difference between the mobile app and the browser is importing. There is no way right now to import from the mobile app. You actually have to pull this guy into your inventory to be able to finalize listing it. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I've never done it because the mobile app is kind of buggy when it comes to stuff like that, and it doesn't seem to fully function the way I want it to. So just me being who I am and being a little particular, I'm still doing it from the desktop because it just, I don't know. I've gotten errors and I know they've fixed the errors, but it's just not working for me. So why do we use the mobile app? Well, the main reason we use the mobile app is for delisting. You can mark things as sold from the mobile app. Now, we've got it on sold right now. You can see at the very top of this that there's draft, active, and sold. Sold is everything that we've sold and that we've pulled down. There's Cabbage Patch, there's Clown, Cabbage Patch, and so forth. If you click on one of these, you'll get this screen, and this is kind of your general Vendoo form like you saw before, and then you click the button at the bottom where it says marketplaces. This is where it was. So it was listed on eBay, it was listed on Poshmark, and listed on MIckie. It's sold on MIckie. So when you click on this, there's a button at the bottom that says mark as sold. It says more options coming soon at the bottom, but if you hit mark as sold, what will happen is it will delist on the other platforms. So you see it says next to Poshmark delisted, it says next to eBay delisted, and this one in particular would have said delisted next to Shopify as well, but Shopify has disconnected itself because it does that on the mobile app frequently because I think Shopify just has some safety protocols or security protocols that don't jive very well with Vendoo. Are these perfect? No, none of them are. But, you know, you got to go with what you like. Getting back to this, so delisting something off of Vendoo is relatively simple, and we'll show you. I'm not going to go through it because we haven't sold anything that has been cross-listed today, and that's unfortunate because I was really hoping we would have for this video, but you'll get the idea. So in order to delisting something off the mobile app, and again, the main reason we got this is you would click on something, again, the eBay form or the Vendoo form comes up, then you click on marketplaces, then you would click on the marketplace that it sold from, and then this arrow over here on the right, you click mark as sold. And as soon as you click mark as sold, it will then go through and delist it off of the other platforms. So Poshmark will show as delisted, MIckie will show as delisted. And essentially, that is doing exactly what it said it's doing. It's pulling it off of those platforms. Hey guys, I'm cutting in here to interrupt myself to tell you that today, March 31st, if you're watching this video and you do already like Vendoo and you're like, sign me up, it's halfway through the video, I don't even care. They are running a promo from March 31st to April 14th. Is it April 14th? I just read it 2 seconds ago, but I'll do it again. April 14th. They are running an Easter promo. What you're going to do is you're going to use the link in the description below. And then you're going to use the promo code EGGS, E-G-G-S, all capital, one word, to get 30% off your first month subscription. So if you just don't want to watch the rest of the video and you're like, sign me up, I'm going over to Vendoo right now, link in the description below, code EGGS, 30% off. It's only from March 31st, 2023 to April 14th, 2023. So if you're watching this video a year later, sorry. But maybe you can reach out to me and I can get you another promo code. I'm not sure. You can certainly try. So they only run these promotions every now and again, so don't go crazy and hope that you're going to get one because it may or may not happen. Back to the video. One side note to pulling it off of platforms is that you see Poshmark says listed right there. Now, again, we didn't delist this, so it's not showing us, it's not actually sold. A lot of times with Poshmark, you'll get an error message on the browser-based version of Vendoo. And what that is that means that there's active offers on it. That's the way Poshmark works. If there's an active offer on something, you just can't pull it down. There's a trick to doing that. You change the size, then relist it, and then go back in and pull it down manually off of Poshmark's website. But that's really the only way to do it. With the mobile app, it doesn't give you a very big warning. In fact, it gives you almost no warning. And from my understanding, they're working on it. They may have fixed that by now, because I haven't seen this happen in a while. But if it is the way it is, if it is the way I think it is, it'll still say listed next to Poshmark. And then when you click on Poshmark, it'll actually give you an error at the bottom saying that there was a problem delisting this. But just something to note is that if you do sell something on another platform other than Poshmark and you hit delist or hit sold and it still says listed next to that, that's what's going on, is that you have an active offer on it. Talking about that error on for Poshmark, going over to the desktop version of it, it does look a little different when you delist something on Poshmark. That's sold on Poshmark, that's not going to work. It does look a little bit different when you delist it on Poshmark. You will get an error, and that error will be in right here at the bottom. See, this says there's a minimum quantity of one is required to list. It's not. It will say right here that there was an error delisting it, or it will actually come up the side of the screen. So it is a little bit different. That's going to wrap it up here. I did want to just give you a little bit of why we use Vendoo and give you a showcase of the mobile app and kind of how it works and the limitations on it. Now, it is a mobile app, so it is limited what it can do, and I'm sure it's going to expand. They said it's going to expand, and I'm sure it will be a great app at some point, but it is a beta version of the app, so there is bugs, and you're going to notice it. But compared to having to be tied to a laptop or cart a laptop around with you, it just was what works for us. So, all right, guys, and that's going to wrap up this video. I just wanted to give you a taste of what the mobile app is and why it works for us. Again, if you want to see more of Vendoo and you want to see how we list on it and how to delist on it and how that whole browser-based platform works, link in the description below to the video I did earlier on Vendoo. That way, you can kind of see it work in its entirety. The mobile app itself, while useful, it's great. It works for what we need it to work for, which is just simply delisting things or making small edits to listings that are there. Would I recommend listing directly from that mobile app? Probably not. It's probably more cumbersome than listing from eBay's app and then just importing it into Vendoo at a later date. Will they make it more robust and give you the ability to import? Hopefully soon. But at the moment, it's still in beta and they are still working on it. And they tell us that all the time. But still recommend it. It does work quite well. And it does delist things, which is great for us because we have double sold things before. Which sucks. It's one of the downsides to cross-listing. If you guys like Vendoo and thinking about using it, you're in luck because there is a sale going on. I'll read it so I don't mess it up. Today is the first day of the sale, March 31st. And from March 31st to April 14th, Vendoo is running a promo. So, link in the description below for our referral link. You have to use that link and then use code EGGS. EGGS, it's an Easter promotion, as you can tell. Use the code EGGS to get 30% off your first month subscription. So, you will get not only 30% off your first month subscription, but you will get a great cross-listing platform. So, check that out. Again, use the link in the description below, use code EGGS, and you will get a 30% off your first month subscription. That's about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you hitting the like button and please subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate that a lot. It's free. Doesn't cost you a penny. See you next time. Bye.
Good day, sir!